So I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I would use to rebuild my appointment booking system that's currently generating anywhere from 40 to 50 appointments every single month. I'm going to walk you step by step on what I would do to even get appointments in, how I would build my offer up from the ground up, and then I'm also going to talk about how I would qualify the people that even book in to make the sales process as easy as possible. So let's talk about the offer. That's the basic. Now, to build an A-level offer, we need to understand the bridge analogy first, okay? So the bridge, okay, this is the bridge analogy. I made it myself. The bridge is your product, okay, and your product is the core part of your business. So if you have a shitty service delivery, if you have a shitty product, your business is gonna go to shit. Um, and this red triangle, this is the prospect at their current situation. And this right here, this green triangle, is the prospect in their desired situation. And your product, what it needs to do is in some way, shape, or form, help them cross this path, just like a bridge would. This is what we need to do. And this is the core thing that you need to understand about building the offers. It's mostly about the product because if you have a good product and if you know that you get somebody on board for like 3K a month, 4K a month, they're gonna make 50K back. You can put a crazy guarantee on top of it, and it's gonna be so easy to sign people on board. And the way you're gonna build a good product is just through experience, man. This is just the main thing you're gonna do it. And then the 5 levels of an A-level offer creation, another very important thing, because if you don't understand this, you're probably gonna fuck it up. So the first step is niching down. Because I see a lot of people, they're just generalists and they think, yeah, I want to start broad and then go narrow, or I want to start narrow and then go broad. And the second option is the better one. That's the right mindset. Because people are going to see you as a specialist. Now, even if you don't have a lot of case studies, I know some of you are going to have a lot of case studies, some of you may have some case studies, but some of you are not going to have any case studies at all. And in that case, I would just leverage the industry norms, right? So let's say you're running ads for gyms. I would just go on Facebook ads, find some successful agency or some successful gyms that are running their ads, and I would just use that as a case study. That's what I would do. Just say this is what other companies are achieving in the space. We're using the exact same strategies them. You're not lying. You're just putting out what's happening in the industry, and you're positioning yourself as an expert. And then defining the problem and the pain. This is the next layer, the next level. So you want to clearly define the problem and the pain of your niche, because if you don't have this in place, if you don't know what's keeping your niche and the people in your niche awake at night, you're, it's going to be very hard to go from here. It's going to be very hard to build a promise around it and then making people want this, because if you don't understand them on a subconscious level, you're not going to be able to sell them on a conscious level. And the next step is about building a strong promise and putting the time frame on top of this. And you want to build a clear outcome and achieve that in as little time as possible, as fast as possible. Because one thing about business is like you need to move with speed, man. You need to move with speed. Andrew Tate always says this. This is what I've learned from him, man. So you need to move with speed. It's so important. And then building the methodology. Okay, so you need to extract your value steps from your bridge, so from your product, and then just lay it down step by step on how you're going to help them cross that bridge. So from their current situation to their desired situation, how are you actually going to achieve this? And don't get too technical because this is going to be used in your marketing. And then the risk reversal, the next level. So this is a guarantee that signals confidence in your product. Okay, it's going to be a very, very important part. And then we also have the offer components. So this is so important that you have all of this in place. If you don't, you don't have a real offer. It's just some stupid shit. So the first thing is the promise. I've already talked about this. So you need a promise aligned with our desired situation, aka goal. Time frame. So how long does it take you to get those results? How long does it take you to get to that promise? Realistically needs to be as soon as possible, but it still needs to seem realistic. So if you're promising somebody, let's say 200 clients in 1 week, and they have like a 10K offer, it's gonna be like, you know, this guy is bullshitting. He can't do this, and you probably can't. And then a risk reversal. It makes them feel safe. Okay, so you need to put a guarantee. Maybe you're working paying results at the beginning. If you're already more established, I would just go with the money back guarantee. That's what they're doing right now for our own agency. Plus, continue working for free if it doesn't work. That's another good one for established guys. And then methodology, as I've already talked about, is a clear step by step. framework on how you're going to actually achieve that outcome. And polarizing, so making sure that you actually polarize the people in your market who this is not for. Okay, so maybe you're in, let's say, coaching niche and you only want to work with B2C coaches, so it's not for B2B coaches. I would polarize them, and then I would also polarize them by the characteristics. So this is not for people who are not actively seeking to get more appointments, who are not actively seeking X, Y, and Z. And then positioning your offer as a unique mechanism, so you also have a unique mechanism to achieve those results. It's not just like saying I run Facebook ads, we're the best at Facebook ads. I would say we have this inbound traffic funnel that's generating anywhere from 20 to 30 leads every single month for our clients, and we can do the same thing for you. And then the pricing, so how much does it cost somebody to claim the offer, to claim the outcome? Okay, now the channel and the outreach, that's going to be the next very, very important thing. So we talked about the offer. You should understand this now. The next thing that you need to understand is how the fuck do you actually build an appointment booking system around this offer. So first of all, what I would do is just pick a channel around your niche. So you need to be very clear on the people who you're helping with, and then you need to know where they're hanging around. So let's say logistics industry, the owners of those kind of companies like freight forwarders, they're mostly on LinkedIn and email. Let's say gyms, they're going to be more commonly found on Instagram. B2B, LinkedIn, Facebook. That's what you should do. You just find your niche and then find a specific industry, find a specific channel on where it is the best to outreach to them. And if you're doing, like, let's say, emails, you want to make sure that they don't have receptionists screening their emails, just like the dental niche has and the law niche has. So I just gave you a couple of examples. SaaS founders, they're usually on LinkedIn and email. Roofers and construction companies, you can find them on Google Maps and you can also find them on Facebook. And I would like this is how I started. I started with cold calling. Now we're doing cold DMs. These are the best channels. Like I would normally recommend if you're more in the local service industry, I would just start with cold calling. And if you're in an industry that's not very receptive to cold calls, I would just go with DMs. Ideally, you can do both, but I would just go with one and just get very fucking good at it. Okay? And then how are you actually going to source the leads from these platforms? It's a very important thing. It's the inputs of the system. They define the entire system. So if you have shitty inputs, you're gonna have shitty outputs. But there's also something called the lead quality paradox. So that's what I actually fell into when I was doing email marketing. It was actually my deliverability was shit at that time, but I was convincing myself it's the leads. It's like the leads, they're not responding because I have a bad list. But that was not the case. It was just my deliverability. So you don't want to fall into that paradox. But you do need to understand on the other side that it is very important you get a good system that's generating you solid inputs. So let me give you some ideas. So if you want to scrape Sales Navigator, the best niches for that, I would say the best scraping software for that is WizLeads. You can get 1,000 leads for $3. You can also for a niche that's not on LinkedIn, I would just go to niche specific directories, maybe find some specific scraping tools. So let's say you're helping realtors, I would just go to realtor.ca and scrape leads from there manually, or have a VA do it for me, or maybe find some automation in Apify. And then Google Maps, there's going to be for your local service industries. You can use Data Miner alongside Google Maps, and that's best for local service niches. And I would avoid general databases like D7, Apollo. They're oversaturated. Okay. And then the way you're going to outreach to these people is going to be by using the Trojan horse outreach. And I've already made a video about this. But the way it works, I mean, it works on all of these platforms. It works on LinkedIn, it works on Instagram, it works on Gmail. I've tested it out on all of these platforms. We're testing it on X right now. It also works on X, so Twitter. So feel free to do that as well. And the way it works is we ask for permission and then send them a personalized loom. Okay. And at the beginning, what you're going to do is just focus on personalization, man. You're going to be very, very heavy on personalization because that's how you're going to get your meetings in. Set aside 3 to 4 hours a day and just make every single message personalized. But you don't want to fall into this paradox where you're making it like you're taking 1 hour to personalize every single message. Like it should take you 5 to 10 minutes, not even 5 minutes. It should take you 2 to 5 minutes to create one video for every single prospect. Okay. And you want to be sending 50 to 90 of these per day. And this is how it looks like. Initiation loom. Okay, so 35 seconds max. You don't want to keep it more than 35 seconds. A quick intro. So why are you recording this video? This should take 5 seconds. A relevant case study. So if you have like a case study, or if you don't have any case studies, you can just use that, the tip that I gave you earlier. You can just use somebody else in the industry, and their credibility and just say this strategy is working for this company. We're using the exact same strategy, and it's gonna be it. And this should take you 15 seconds, and then the unique mechanism 10 seconds. So you're going to introduce your unique mechanism. So just say we're helping these people with our unique inbound conversion funnel, and we're doing that on pay on results basis, so completely commission based. And then the CTA would look like this. So I would say, I'll be more than happy to jump on a call with you and send you over some more info. Let me know if I can do that, and of course, no worries if not. This is exactly what I do right now, and these are some examples right here. These are all videos. This is what I personalize on LinkedIn, how I send personalized messages. I still do that. I still do these personalized messages, personalized looms. And then this is how you're going to record these videos. Like I can even give you an example how this loom would look like. So let's say your name is John. You have an let's say a consulting firm, and you're helping e-com brands. So the way I would record this, or let's say you're helping logistic firms, okay, just for the sake of it. The way I would record this initiation loom is I would say something like this. So listen to me. Hey John, it's Anna here. Hope you're having an amazing day, man. Look, the reason I'm reaching out and recording this video, I was just looking through your LinkedIn, and you reminded me of a client we're working with right now. His name is Oriel. We worked with him for about 4 months and added $14,000 in additional revenue to their consulting agency. So all I wanted to do here is come and ask if I can send some over more information about how we could potentially structure the things around here with our velocity engine. It's basically completely guaranteed for you. We also have this crazy risk reversal in place. So let me know if I can send over some more info. We can potentially even hop on a call. Let me know. This is how I would record it. This is exactly how I would do that. So you can just clip that and save it. And then the loom pitch. So we send them this loom video, so after we send them this personalized loom, what I would do is I would record this AI loom. So I would record an evergreen video once, okay? And then I would personalize it with AI in the Loom business plan. So it's like $20 a month. It is worth it. It's going to save you so much time. But if you really want to nail this in, you can even personalize every single video for everybody. But your performance is probably not going to be as good as if you just had, 2 hours aside, really nailed one video in, and then you can just personalize the audio variables with AI. So the way you're going to structure this video, so the way you're going to structure the pitch is, first of all, you're going to say who you are, and you're going to be on their social media or their website. Okay. It can also be on yours if you're recording the AI Loom. If you're recording every single one personally, you realistically want to be on their social media or their website. And then you're going to state the offer at a high level. So you're going to do a slideshow and state your offer at a high level. And then you're going to put in the risk reversal in that slide. So you're going to say, you work on guaranteed basis, you work on X terms, you work on X pay and results basis, you help them with rev share, like whatever is your risk reversal. You're going to put that in. And then you're going to go through some case studies, some industry case studies, or some results that you have, or some testimonials. And then you're going to explain exactly how you get them results. But you want to keep it high level. You don't want to say, I do Facebook ads, this is the exact metapixel we use, this is how we integrate it. You just want to keep it high level. You don't want to go into the details too much. You want to go into the details as far as it goes in the marketing side, but not on the service side. That's what the sales call is about. And then you're going to state the worst case scenario of working with you, which should still be positive. So unless you have a money back guarantee, you can tell them that the worst case of somebody working with you is literally getting their money back, plus you work for free until you get them the results. This is what we have in place, example. And then the call to action, that's going to be the last part. So get them to book a call. And that should also be recorded on a full camera. So let me show you an example. This is how I would do this. So let's say I just finished pitching. I would just put on the full camera. Let me put it right here. I'll just put it like this, full camera. Okay. And this is how the AI personalized looms look like. So the way this works is you just go to Loom, you just record a loom directly in the platform. That's an important thing. And then you're going to add an audio variable, and then you're going to be able to record all of these AI personalized looms. Right here, you can see this is what we were able to do in the last day. We literally sent out, what was this, like 5 looms only from LinkedIn. And then how the fuck do you actually follow up on people that engage? Because a lot of people that reply to you positively are going to ghost you. So the way we follow up on these people is using pattern interrupts. So the tactic 1 is using memes, the tactic 2 is the PDF and web case studies, and the tactic 3 is value notes. We're currently integrating these two. We're looking to integrate the third one as well. But the way the memes work is just humor and relatability. They're gonna see us human, because when you're approaching it with a corporate level, and you're just like following up to text saying, how is it going? Was this useful or some shit like that? They're gonna see like, yeah, this guy's just spamming me. But if you just send like some meme of, let's say, Mr. Bean or I don't know, Donald Trump, is gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy on? Well, let me talk to him. What is he doing? They're gonna be confused, and also it's gonna spike that openness because they're gonna laugh probably. They're gonna show it to their team and they're gonna be like, look at this guy. So let's hop on a call with him. And then the PDF or web case study. So I can show you an example right now. Let's go to my site. And if we just type this in, just like this. Okay. So this is one of the results pages. So this is what I send to the people as well. It's just this, I send them like, yeah, this is what we helped Oriole with. And I send them this page. It's very simple, it's very fucking simple. And they're gonna get so much confidence from this. Or you can just, if you don't have results, once again, you can just send, some competitor what results they're achieving with the exact strategy that you are using. And then the value notes is just short insights. I can even send them this YouTube video, and those are the short insights and the tips on tailored to their current situation. And you're gonna show them that you understand their current problems and their pains. So why does the persistent works? So like the persistent mindset, it always wins. So why does it actually work? It works. Let me give you a reason. It works because people are not going to see you as spammy if you follow these strategies. They're going to see you as somebody who really believes in their product and you're going to do anything to get them on board. That's how you're going to see yourself as well. So you want to stay persistent and be seen as persistent, plus highly confident in your product. Okay? That's how you're going to build conviction. And a deal happens when you instill your high conviction into the prospect. I can't emphasize this enough. It's so important. That's what my mentor taught me. So this is specifically talking about the channel and the outreach. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about is going to be the show up machine, which is going to be when somebody actually books a call with you, somebody books an appointment, how do you actually get them to be qualified? Okay, another very important thing. So first of all, you're gonna pick your scheduling software like Calendly or Go High Level or Cal.com, like whatever you use. It's probably gonna be good because most of these softwares, they have credibility and they are good. And then the event setup. So you want to have a 45-minute call on Google Meet or on Zoom, it doesn't matter. Max 14 days in advance booking. So you want to have people booking for like 30 days, 2 months in advance. Those people are probably not going to show up. I would even go as far as, let's even put it 7 days. Fuck it. Let's put 7 days in advance. And then you want to do a 15-minute buffer time before and after the call with a 12-hour minimum notice. And then what you're going to do is you're going to build out the qualification form. So making sure that you get all of the crucial information about your niche, about that prospect before the call actually happens. So you're going to get their email, their full name, their phone number, the company name, plus the 3 to 4 additional questions. So at what business stage they're at, what they sell, what results are they looking for, just some general questions that are going to help you with your sales process. And then the next thing that you're going to do is going to be the thank you video. So there's going to be the custom page that after somebody books a call, they're gonna get redirected to this custom page that's gonna pre-qualify them. So the people that watch this video, this thank you video, they're gonna be really, really qualified when when they get on a call with you because they're gonna already get an understanding of what they need to be prepared for, and you're gonna set expectations there on what's gonna happen on the call. So let me show you an example right here. This is our thank you page. So if you book a call with us, you're gonna get redirected to this page, get this video from me, and then the 4 things that I talk about in this video and what you should also talk about is the prospect. They need to show up on time. They need to attend from a quiet environment. They need to bring their partner or their co-founder, and they need to confirm the appointment via email. And I also have some bonus training, some of my videos. I might as well include this video there. I might as well do that, and then some recent client results right here. And then after you have the thank you page built out, the next thing that you're going to be focusing on is going to be the reminder sequence. You're going to you're going to be using Calendly or Go High Level or Cal, and then you're going to be sending the reminders through email, through SMS automatically with that software. And the last thing that we want to talk about here is the pre-qualification sequence. So you want to add the prospect on WhatsApp. You're going to ask them, can I add you on WhatsApp? Do you use WhatsApp? And then you're going to create a group between you and between them, your team, And then you're just gonna be sending the thank you video once again, sending them some video notes. So the WhatsApp, it has this feature where you can record a video note. You're gonna be sending that through. You're also gonna be sharing some testimonials, just like I did with that page. I would just resend some case studies, some slideshows, some screenshots. That's what I would do. And if you do that, like let's say somebody books 5 days in advance, so it's Monday, they book for Saturday or Friday, whatever. If you send them a reminder, like a video note or a case study, or you just resend a thank you page or some YouTube video from you every single day, you're gonna build up so much trust with them that, and if they're responsive to those messages, they're 100% to show up on the call. Literally, I tell you, they're 100% to show up on the call if they're responsive to those messages. I've never had it happen where somebody was very responsive to those messages and they didn't show up on the call. It's only the people that are ghosting you on WhatsApp. Those are the people that tend to not show up. Um, so that's the whole science behind it. That's how I would build the entire appointment booking system from the ground up. Hope this give you enough value, and you can watch my other videos on my channel.